Alright, basically what we're going to start doing now is Lab 2. So this is our Lab 2 project. What I want you guys to do is go to the icon on top left corner. You'll go to Open, Drawing. You open up your template, or title block. You open that up. Should be blank. I hope it's blank. And you'll edit what you need. Today's date didn't change. But your title will change. So you want to call it Lab 2. Again, preferably in capital letters. Lab 2. Once you have that edited, what you want to do is save it as. Again, the reason you want to do that right off the bat is if you don't do it the first time, it will not auto-save. I mean, even though you open up the title block, technically it'll auto-save to the title block. But you don't want to do that. So, in any case, go to your icon, go Save As, go back into your H drive, your CAD 116, and you call it your Lab 2. And if you want to save an older version of AutoCAD, you can do that right there. Change it to 2010 and save. So basically, for Lab 2, I will look over that drawing, make my initial options of how I should design this. Alright, so basically, I came up with an idea that this is going to be my 1-inch length, and I'll work with that all the way around. Now, so I'm going to go to about where the center is, which I know this is the center box based on these thicker lines here. Go to the top, make sure my snap mode is on, and I'm going to start from there. About 1 inch. I'm going to actually minimize my screen so I can see both objects since I don't have the paper format. And I'm going to keep on drawing that down. I go down what seems to be 3 across, 3 up, 2 across. I'm going to hit escape, or I didn't actually have to. I'm going to click that point right here. I'm going to go, looks like it's 3 across and down. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That looks about right. Too far. 2 down. And I have something like this. I'm also going to work from the center. The problem with the center is I don't actually have the center spot. Some of you guys may have that fell in that trap. If you did 3 across, you won't be able to snap in the middle of these 2 boxes.
How do you
So for this one, that's a little bit tricky because we have to edit our snap mode to give us an option to click in between these lines so I can get the center of this. To do that, we go to our snap mode icon, we right click on it, we go to settings, and there's 2 ways of doing this. Either we can adjust the snapping spots, or we change the grid, at which point we still have to change the snapping points. I prefer keeping it clean, not to divide this up too much because then it's going to be an issue drawing the lines. But I don't mind doing the snap option to be 1/4 of the inch instead of 1/2 an inch. So I'm going to change the X spacing to be 1/4, so 0.25, and that should automatically change the Y spacing to 0.25.
And how do you get to drafting settings?
To get to this tab, all you have to do is right click on the snap mode, settings, and you'll get to that and change it from 0.5 to 0.25. Now when you have your line command, you'll see that you can snap in between the grids.
And was it the X or the Y spacing?
So once I have that, now I can create that center triangle that we see here, which is at the center of these 3 boxes.
Oh, I see. So let's go.
So we click on that center point, we go across I would say about, that looks about right. And we do the same thing the other side.
You have to be in line mode.
Yes. And we do that triangle. We also have 2 additional triangles, actually 4. And actually you can see on the drawing, this is not the best drawing. This line's overextended here. This triangle is not perfect. This one's overextended. So this has a lot of errors in it. Hopefully our drawing will be way better. Now since we don't have dimensions or specifications, if your triangle is a little lower or higher, that's fine. It just gives you an idea how to, like this one, I'm not even sure where I should put this one.
And you want them geometrically correct.
Yeah, at least that. But as long as it matches your drawing, not
Not real what they were showing.
okay. That's fine. But from what it looks like, the center point's right here, and we can create something like that. So, I have something like this. I have the center triangle, or diamond, sorry. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little trick on you guys.
No.
So I'm not going to go any further than I have so far. I created a quadrant of the image. Since I know each one is repeated and it's exactly the same location, like a mirror image. So if I created a mirror right at the center and reflected this side to the other side, it'll be exactly that. Then once I have these reflected, I would take the top 2 portions and reflect it to the bottom. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that now. The only problem I see is that this midpoint should be at this midpoint here to make it nice and unique. So I'm going to move this line back. To do that, I select the line, just this line, not this one, and I stretch it back by selecting a blue point and just moving it back 1/2 inch. And I'm actually, I'll stretch this line. So you have 2 options, stretching or moving. Moving is that you have to use a move command, but to stretch a line, you just select a blue point and you can stretch it from there. Unless you select the center. That's a whole different story. It just moves it. But each end point of a line allows you to stretch it out, so make it longer or shorter, up to you. So now it looks like this is centered to the triangle, to the diamond, and diamond is centered to this part. I can stretch it down to make it exactly matching to that diamond. I did that because if I use the mirror command, which is up here, it will make an exact mirror reference of this whole part. I'm not going to mirror this part here because it's already complete, but I will mirror this area right here. To do this mirror command, what you want to do is go to your mirror command, or you can type it in. Any commands in AutoCAD can be typed in. If you can't find it and you're wasting time looking for it, you might as well just type it in. You'll maybe remind yourself where it was later on. So we select the mirror command. We select the objects we want to mirror, which is going to be all these lines. So we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines.
You have to select the object first and then.
Once you have selected, it's going to ask you, in the command bar, it keeps on asking you, do you want to select objects? It's asking if you want to select more. You can see it found 9 total already, which is right because that's what I counted. I need to mirror 9 objects. So now that's it. So what I type in is enter or space or right click enter. Do not escape. If you escape, you leave the command. If you click enter, you're moving forward with the command. So if it's asking you, do you want to select any more objects? No, I'm good. So you click enter. No, that's it for now.
How do you select the objects?
You click on
Each line?
yes.
Like if I want to select that center square, which mine is very small, and then put.
So we have everything selected. Next option that the command bar is asking me for is specify a first point of a mirror line. So the mirror line is going to be just that. Here, if we move our mouse here, I believe it's going to show you a sample of what a mirror line is. So dashed line is the mirror line. So it kind of like makes a exact copy on the other side, or a mirror of it. So it's a mirror image. So what we're going to do is create a line that's going to be centered. You can either guess that that's going to be the center, use the endpoint here of the line and go down, because that's going to be how you're going to mirror it over, or you can even use the diamond shape
So,
as a reference. So you select it from the top or at any of this center line area, you move your mouse down and you'll see a somewhat of a demo of what it's going to be. If you have your mouse off, to the side, it's not going to work. But if you have it perfectly 90 degrees, you'll see that it works perfectly. And now, before we do anything else, because I clicked it, I drew the mirror line, it gives you another option it's asking for. It's going to say, mirror, erase source object, yes or no. No is default. You don't have to type in the full words. You can just type in Y or N, enter. Since N is default and I don't want to erase the original, I just click enter. And that gives me a mirror image of the object. Okay, once you have that side mirrored, you have to mirror both of these down to the bottom side. So you go to your mirror command again, or you can type in mirror. It's going to pop up slowly, MI even comes up. And you can create a box, select as many as you like, but the problem is you'll select the middle diamond, which you don't want to do. But if you do, there's a way to deselect it. To do so, you hold shift and you click on the lines you want to deselect. So right now I selected everything and I deselected these two tops because I didn't want them to be mirrored. And you can tell what has been selected by the dashes. And it's going to ask you, select objects. No, I'm done for now. 18 total, that's right, because I had 9 in the beginning, times 2, 18. So I'm just going to click enter or space. Now it's going to ask me to create a mirror. This time we're going to mirror it horizontally. So just like that green line you see right now, that's how we're going to draw a line. We're going to start from here, from this point, to this point. And click. Now next option, erase source object. No, N is defaulted, so we just click enter. And that creates our object. So now you're done, so save your work, and you're ready to start a new project.